In this video, I will go over the problem for the exam on how to calculate the net surrender cost index. This is an actual previous exam question. This is a 25, we're asking for a 25-year interest adjusted net surrender cost index. This is a product by ABC Life Insurance Company. The face of the policy is $200,000, and then we have dividends that we've received. We have a cash value that that is ours today, and we paid premiums for those 25 years. Okay, so the first thing we need to do is figure out our net cost, just basic net cost, which is going to ignore how many years it is, the face value. We're just going to get the basic number here. So what we paid is premiums of $134,600. We actually paid less than that, but what this accumulated premiums mean is the premiums that we paid but adjusted to today's dollars using an interest rate. In this case, we're using 5%. So we paid $134,600, but we received dividends of $23,000. Well, again, we actually didn't receive $23,000 in dividends. We received less than that. But these again are the accumulated dividends, which means they're brought forward to today. The dividends received in the past brought forward to today at a 5% interest rate to try to get everything adjusted for the time value of money the best we can. The second thing we receive is our cash value. Now that's always in present terms because the cash value already includes interest, so we don't need to do an accumulated cash value. It's just whatever the cash value is at the end of 25 years, and that's given to us as $58,500. So our net cost then is the $134,600 you paid in premiums minus the accumulated dividends minus the cash value, and that comes out to $53,100. But there are a couple adjustments we need to make to this number so we can compare it to other products. So the first adjustment we need to make, let's do it on a per $1,000 of insurance basis. Well, the face of the policy as given is $200,000. So the face is $200,000. So the question is, how many thousands are there in 200,000? So what we do is we do on a per 1,000 basis, it's going to equal, what we do is to take the net cost we got up here to $53,100, and we'll then divide that by the face of the policy, $200,000, divided by 1,000. So we're saying there are 200 1,000s and 200,000s, so we're going to divide the face of the net cost, $53,100, essentially by 200. And when we do that math, we get $265.50. Now there's a couple problems with this number. First of all, it's in future terms, and so we want to pretty much put it back in terms of time value money on a reflecting that 5%. That's somewhat adjusted for here, but we need to make one more adjustment there. And the second issue is that it's cumulative, and our minds don't think in cumulative sense. We need to think in terms of annual numbers. And so the very simple adjustment we need to do, all that sounds complicated, but I'll give you all the information here. And so all you need to do is we have here what's called the future value interest factor of an annuity for 25 years at 5%. And so what we want to do is adjust this net cost for the time and the interest rate. And so what we're going to do is we're going to take that net cost per thousand of 265.50 and adjust it by this factor, 47.7271, and when we do that, we get $5.56. So if you look at the process again, the first thing we do is get the net cost, so the premiums minus the dividend minus the cash value, so plus the premiums minus the dividend minus the cash value, we've got $53,100. The second step is we took that $53,100 and divided it by the face of the policy divided by 1,000. So how many thousands are there in the face of the policy? There was 200. That got us a net cost of $265.50. We then make the final adjustment by dividing all of that by our future value interest factor annuity to 47.7271. When we do that, we get $5.56. So that's our annual average net cost of this insurance on an annual basis, discounted at 5%, and we want to find another policy that has similar characteristics, and we look at this other policy. There's a policy offered by the XYZ company, and they have a net surrender cost index of $3.13. So versus XYZ, $3.13, what do? Well, you pick XYZ's policy, and it's really simple. You pick the policy that has the lower net interest adjusted surrender cost index. In this case, XYZ has the better product because their cost was only $3.13 versus ABC's product, which was $5.56. Thanks.